So last week I lost 400 grams. This week I probably lost a bunch more, right? So this week the actual number is 200 grams, which is not all that big, but if I had a client who lost 400 grams one week and 200 the next, I'd be so proud of them. This whole thing is like a learning experience, right? Sometimes things are working just well and you just leave them go, and other times you need to modify them. I'm gonna do a very quick update on how things are going. Workouts, once again, last week I didn't get all 5 in, I only did 4, but that's totally fine. I hit the 9,000 step count pretty much every day. There was one day it was a bit lower and one day I blew it out of the water. Alcohol I consumed last week was only for social events, so I don't feel anything bad about that. It also wasn't in massive consumption, so that's totally fine. Did I use a better tracker? No, because I was using a bit of time just experimenting and playing with different ones that I want to show you guys today. Apps. There are so many out there. There's so much variety. There's so much we can use. Like, what does this one do? How do they compare to each other? So I thought I'd give you guys a quick rundown of some of the more popular ones, as well as the ones that I think are very good. In my motivation video, I mentioned that always attacking things head on from a habit point of view might not be the most practical way. But if you are someone who's not struggling with motivation, this can really help you keep on track. One of the ones I use is just a simple habit tracker. Throughout it, you can list your own custom things and tick them off for the day. You can even select times. So check that out if you've got iOS. Workout trackers, I use Gravitas because it lets me put in my own templates. They do have ones for sale. Hey, post-production Brady here. I realized that was super confusing. I meant they have programs for sale within the app. So you could check those out as well. I find using a workout tracker really helpful for me, especially this one, because it lets me enter in my maxes as I set them, and then I can even, in a workout, select percentage of what I've previously lifted. So I could put, 60% of my max bench press, and it'll just automatically work it out, which does save me a little bit of time when I'm working on the fly. The diet apps. So I just want to say, first of all, I might not be the perfect person to talk to about this or to take advice on. You probably want to speak to a dietitian or a nutritionalist with this, and you should always seek a doctor's advice before going on any sort of diet. That being said, these can be a really incredible tool. The most popular, of course, is MyFitnessPal, but I find it quite restrictive. Outside of that, there is both the Carbon Diet app, developed by the BioLane team, headed by a fantastic guy, definitely follow him on social media, and then the MacroFactor app, which is brand new as well, created by the Stronger by Science team. These apps go a little bit above and beyond what MyFitnessPal does. They use far better equations for calculating your calorie intake for the day, and they don't tend to punish you when you go over your calories, which is a much better use of your time. However, there are financial constraints. All of these apps do cost money if you want to use all their services. I'll just run through those real quickly. Just to keep it consistent, we'll only look at the pay by the month option. Within that, MyFitnessPal is definitely the cheapest, coming in at $14.99 per month, but there is a reason for that. All you're really getting is the removal of ads. Next up is the Carbonate at $16.49 per month. This one really does go quite a bit further than MyFitnessPal, so if you do want those in-depth analytics on how you're going week to week, as well as weekly adjustments, you definitely want to leap from MyFitnessPal over to here. And then the youngest of these apps, coming in at $17.49, is the most expensive, but in my opinion is probably the best on the market, especially if you're in Australia and you need barcode scanning. Keep in mind that while these apps can be useful, they are not a replacement for expertise, and if you have the time and money, I do highly recommend you see a diet professional. With that in mind, I am hoping to talk to one for you guys soon, so keep an eye out for that video. I hope you have a good week, and I'll see you next Friday.